about these two is when you have fg of x, all that's asking you guys to do is to multiply. Why do I lose all my red backers? Stealing them. All it's asking you guys to do is to multiply f of x times g of x. Okay? It's just a different way of writing. Fg of x just is simply saying f of x times g of x. Does everybody see that? Just like the adding. We can separate it into notation we better understand. So that is basically saying x squared plus 1 times the square root of x. Well, I mean, I could apply distributive property to this, right? And actually, but unfortunately, since the powers aren't the same, I can't combine them. So you guys could do this. Like, you could apply distributive property. Square root of x, square root of x times x squared is just square root of x times x squared. They're not like terms, so you can't multiply them. That's like x cubed times x squared. Well, actually, you could add the powers, which we would get to, but that's a whole different story. And then here, square root of x times 1, you would just leave that as square root of x. So we could simplify that. You could add the powers, but I'm not going to get into this. That's not what I'm asking you guys to do for this. However, let's go and look at I don't even need to go to this. The main important thing I want you guys to understand, all I did was apply distributive property, which you could simplify it a little bit further. But I'm not concerned about that right now. What I'm concerned about is, again, the domain. Look again in the domain. Is there any values that we cannot plug in again? It's the same thing. Now, it cannot be anything less than 0. So your domain is from 0 to infinity. Okay? It's not always going to be the case for every problem. It just depends on the type of functions. Now, let's do f of g of 1. Well, if I know that f of g, f times g of x looks like that, then I'll just plug in 1. So 1 squared is 1 plus 1 is 2 times the square root of 1, which is 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. All right, so again, I just want to go over, there's two different things you guys need to do. One is under